on people, welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you are all doing well. It's a tier list. That's right, something I've never done here on Football Therapy before. I thought it might be a little bit of fun. So here it is, the season so far, Chelsea tier list, who's performed well and who hasn't. I haven't premeditated this, or I haven't thought about it first. I'm literally going to do it on the spot and have my instantaneous initial reactions to most of the players in the squad, at least ones that are featured. I think it's a little bit unfair for players that perhaps haven't really played, but the players who have and we've seen, I'm going to rate them in the tier list from very poor, could be better, okay, good, and excellent. Do consider subscribing to Football Therapy if you're new. Bell notification icon is apparently very, very important, and if you want to help me out, drop a like on this video. Do it now because you might not agree with my tier list, and I prefer you to like the video now and not hate me before the end, and then you won't want to like the video. Anyway, we move. So this is the tier list, man. Very, very exciting. And we're going to start with goalkeepers, and we are going to start with Kepa Arrizabalaga. Let's have a look at him. Beautiful. So, Kepa, where are we going to put him, man? I mean, let's be real. It's got to be very poor, isn't it? I mean, yes, he's been shot of confidence. Yes, I don't want to be one of these guys that just, slags off poor Kepa. But it's got to be. It's got to be, isn't it? So he's going to go in very poor. And it's not because I don't like him or think he's a good goalkeeper. He has just been very poor. And that's how this tier list works. Next up on the goalkeepers, we have Willy Caballero, which, I mean, he's super old, isn't he, Willy Caballero? I don't really know. I'm going to say, okay, purely on the premise of we know what he is. Do you know what I mean? We know what he is. He's pretty much past his best, and I think it's probably about right I put him in okay. So here you go, you're in okay. 2 done. This is easy. It's gonna take ages. This is gonna take ages. Right, we also have, of course, the GOAT himself, Edouard Mendy. And honestly, bro, like, he has to be in excellent. He just has to be. So Edouard Mendy goes into excellent, and let's be real, the amount of superb performances, clean sheets, the sort of defensive assurance we have of him in goal, the confidence he breathes with everyone moving forwards, it's undeniable, my friends. So Edouard Mendy gets into excellent, and that's the goalkeepers done, man. So let's move into the defenders. I'm looking at Tomori. I'm not going to rate him because he hasn't really played, and that's unfair. So let's move on to Thiago Silva, and I mean, let's be real, boys and girls, it is another excellent. It has to be, man. It has to be. Him and Mendy arguably are the up 2 of the most transformative players for Chelsea this season, in terms of now we're finally keeping clean sheets, we just look really good, everyone's really happy. So Thiago Silva, he goes into excellent for me as well. Now Rudiger, this is an interesting one because last season he was bad, right? He was real bad last season, but you know what? When he's been brought in this season and played a little bit recently, he's been okay. And especially like yesterday with those long diagonal balls, a couple of good performances again next to Christensen and Zuma. So although he's not by far anywhere near in our starting lineup, I'm going to actually put him down to okay. Maybe that's a bit of a controversial take from me, but I'm going to put him in the okays, and hopefully you guys don't hate me for that, but I think he deserves an okay because of the recent couple of performances. So in goes Rudiger. Next up in my defenders, I've got Reece Flames. I've got to put him in excellent as well, haven't I? I was thinking like good, but no, that would be really unfair. He's come along, he's looking like Trent, he looks like the way Gareth Southgate is thinking about him. He could sooner rather than later be England's starting right back. Liverpool fans won't thank me for that, but he's been so good the way he attacks and helps us attack. I'm putting him in excellent, and just try and stop me. You can't stop me. Next up, Kurt Zuma. Top in aerial duels in Europe, been really good. Has had a few wobbly moments. I'm actually going to put Kurt Zuma in good. I know some people will probably want me to put him in excellent, but if you compare him with the likes of, you know, the people who are currently in excellent, I think it makes sense to put him in good because he has had these few like wobbly moments. So yeah, I think that's probably fair, man. Alright, next up is Emerson, man. Now, Emerson's an interesting one because he had looked really poor, but recently he's been used by Frank Lampard, and I kind of think that maybe he could be like a backup left back for us again. Like, he hasn't done anything awful really, so I'm going to put him in okay. Not good, but okay. I think that's kind of about right. Hopefully you guys agree with me and I'm not going to get roasted in the comments. But yeah, Emerson's going to go into okay, and then this is for me who thought he was done out here completely. Yeah, so there you go. Take that, Emerson. So next up we have Andreas Christensen, who had been really poor. I'm gonna say could be better because he hasn't really had like standout before. He's been like meh. He's gone from poor to meh, and really for me, for such a good footballing centre half, I'm gonna put him in could be better. The first player to go into that tier, and I think that makes a lot of sense, to be honest, man. Oh yeah, next up we have Chile B, and this is going to seem, you know, ridiculous, but I've got to put him in excellent as well. And Chelsea are near the top of the league. We've topped the Champions League group. With that, you have excellent performers, and he joins the rest of those defensive players and Edouard Mendy as an excellent performer. So next to Reece James, Ben Chilwell, you deserve your spots there in excellent. Next up, who have we got? We got Azpilicueta. Now, of course, Azpi, Mr. Consistent, I'm going to put him in good. Because he's just, you can rely on him. He's never put in amazing performances, but he's 31, he's just professional. He's not like a Galactico level skill player. He's just a super hard worker and he's always good. So I think he's like the quintessential, like, good performer. Do you know what I mean? So into good Azpilicueta goes. And next up, Alonso. Now, Alonso hasn't played much, but he played a little bit at the beginning, and he was awful. And not only was he awful, he's had this poor attitude with Frank Lampard, this bust-up, and we've not seen him since. So I think, although, yes, I rate Alonso for what he's done at Chelsea, the goals against Tottenham, free kicks, goals, but this season, his performances, his bust-up with Frank Lampard has earned him a very poor, hopefully, you guys agree with that, but you know, the tier list is starting to shape up a little bit, and that's the defenders done, man. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let's move on to midfielders. Mason Mount. Mason Mount. It has to be. He has to be excellent, doesn't he? I mean, he has to be. He's been one of our most influential midfielders, and this really goes back to that same thing of me saying we're going to have a lot of excellent performers because we've been excellent as a team. So Mason Mount gets his space in the excellent tier, and he doesn't look out of place there. He does not look out of place there. So next up, Kovacic. I'm going to put him in good. He's been very good recently, but also he hadn't been as good as last season in some instances, and perhaps... That was weird, my phone's talking to me. And perhaps the formation doesn't suit him just as much because it's more of an attacking 8 system and he's not really that attacking. He's more of a sort of general CM. But he's been good, so I'm going to put him in good. And hopefully you guys agree. And let's move on. N'Golo Kante, I'm sorry, he's back to his best. And I have to put him in excellent. I was thinking good, but he's going to have to be one of these man that's in excellent. And like I said, excellent team has excellent players. So I'm pretty sure no one's going to disagree with this actually. So I don't really need to feel like I need to explain myself too much. Yeah, N'Golo Kante makes his way into the excellent tier. Good on him for that. Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz is difficult because I've seen how amazing he can be. Obviously he scored that hat-trick, and like even yesterday against Sevilla, I'm recording this the day after the Sevilla game, he showed his class in the first half, so I'm going to put him in good. I was going to think okay, because he's still settling, but I'm going to put him in good, because he's still settling, but you can see the qualities there, do you know what I mean? So it will be, I'm sure he'll be an excellent in very little time. Alright, Georginio. This is difficult, man. There's a load of Georginio fans out there, and I do really respect what he can do as a player, but I don't think he suits this system that well, and I'm actually going to put him in okay. Hopefully Hopefully the Georginio super fans don't come for me after this. But yeah, I'm putting him in okay. Because he's a very hard worker, he's a good leader. It's just a systemic, stylistic thing. I've got Billy Gilmore here as well. Are we missing anyone? I don't think we're missing anyone. I'm not going to put Billy in there because we haven't seen him, so that'll be a little bit unfair. Let's move on to the attackers, starting with Timo Werner. Ooh, it's between excellent and good, isn't it? He has missed some chances, he's working really hard, and he's scored a decent amount of goals. I think in terms of the quality of the Ben Chilwell, Thiago Silva, Mendy, Kante, I don't think he's been quite there, so I'm going to put him in good? Can I put him in good? He's scored a lot of goals, man. I'm going to put him in excellent, because he's not been fazed by the physicality of the Premier League. He's running loads and stuff. So hopefully you agree with me, and he deserves the excellent, nearly down to good, but I'm going to keep him in excellent. Let's move on to Tammy Abraham. He missed a lot of chances last game he played, but he has developed as a player. I'm going to put him in good, purely because he's got his goal involvement per game is very, very good. He is holding the ball up better, and he's trying to look for assists now. So I'm going to put him into good, and I think that's probably fair. Now, Pulisic, small sample size, enough to probably give him a rating. I'm going to say okay, but that's nothing to do with his ability. It's more his coming back from injury. We know last season he was our best attacker, but the way I'm working things, I'm just going to put him into okay, and that's nothing to do with his ability, that's just the injury, really. Callum Hudson-Odoi, I think his progression's been excellent. I'm going to put him in good, though, because he hasn't been our best winger, but he looks like his work off the ball's a lot better, a couple of goals, he looks like he's grown as a player, so I think he deserves his place in the good tier above okay and developing, and I'm sure before long, when I do one of these again, he will be in excellent. Giroud, what do you do? I mean, he was amazing against Sevilla with 4 goals, but can you give him an excellent just because of that? You know what, man? Purely because his work ethic and his attitude, I'm going to put him in excellent. I'm going to put him in excellent because of how he's been. He might have had games when he's come off the bench, and that's difficult to come off the bench and just perform well. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to put him in excellent, and you know what? I'm not sorry for that. Go on, Giroud. And Ziyech. Okay, so Ziyech. We're going to end on Ziyech, I think, here. I mean, he looks amazing. He's had a couple of games where he's been quiet, but I can't put Hakim Ziyech in good. He's got to be excellent as well. So that's a lot of players in excellent. So that is, yeah, I'm going to put him in excellent because I have to. So that is Mendy, Thiago Silva, Reece James, Chilwell, Mason Mount, N'Golo Kante, Timo Werner, Giroud and Hakim Ziyech, all in excellent. Zuma as P, Kovacic, Kai Havertz, Tammy and Cho in good. Okay is Caballero, Rudiger and Emerson. People might not like that. But Georginio and Pulisic, and not because of Pulisic's ability, because of his injury, he's in okay. Could be better all by himself is Christensen, and very poor is Alonso and Kepa, the Spaniards, all for reasons. This is not a favoritism thing. If you've watched my content before, you know I loved Alonso and Kepa before. This is really a performance-based tier list. So there we have it, man. I think that's pretty good. What do you think? Get in the comment section below and let me know who you'd change. Do you agree? Do you like this kind of video with a tier list? If you do like it, let me know and I'll do more. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's fun. So awesome. Yeah, man. Subscribe if you're new. Drop a like and enjoy the football. And I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living. I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines. I rap through thought. Body bag the verse. Outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double, silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me bitch.